Hey guys, it's me, Julia. In this video, I'll be going over practice test number 10, calculator section question 16. So let's get started. So this is going to be a percentage question, and feel free to pause this video to read the question. So yeah. Okay, so I sort of organized everything into this table because it's easier for you guys and for me to understand. And you can do this during the test or not. You can calculate it in your head, know what's going on, but it's probably the best to write something similar to this. So we have 2010 and 2015 that we're comparing, and the population of city X and city Y. So I've written that there. And it's saying how the populations of city X and Y were equal in 2015. So I kind of indicated that using the two chonchon, and you can see that there. So they're equal, okay? But then city X increased by 20% from 2010 to 2015. So I'm indicating that using the arrow, 20%, probably best to write positive because we're going to have a negative soon. And for city Y, it decreased by 10%. Okay, so decreased by 10%, but they all eventually end up as the same value. So if the population of city X was 120,000 in 2010, indicated here, what was the population of city Y in 2010? The X. So what you want to do is you would want to find the final value because that's what they share, right? Because you might think, like, how would we know city Y's population 2010 if we're not given any information about city Y? So you always need to look at the similarities between the two things you're given, whether that's school or city or A and B. And in this case, it's a 2015 population value. So we need to calculate that. And this is going to be a percentage question, as written above. So calculating like 20% on 120,000, the same as, shopping, right? Like having a 20% tax. That sounds ridiculous, but yeah, 20% tax, right? So you're going to get your value. And since that is the whole value plus the 20% of the 120,000, you need to have 1.2. So that's going to be 20 out of 100. And yeah, so no. Okay, so that's going to be 0.2, but then you need to add the 1 because you have to multiply 120,000 by 1 first, because you need to take into account that value plus the 20% of that value. So that's the 20. If you want to get 20% of 120,000, you just need to multiply it by 0.2 and you'll get the 20%. But if you want to take into account the first initial value plus the 20% of that value, then you'll do 1.2. So you multiply 120,000 by 1.2. That's going to give you, 120,000 times 1.2. And that's going to give you 144,000. Okay. Now that we know that city X has 144,000 in population in 2015, since it corresponds to city Y, they have the same value, we can backtrack from there. So we're going to do the same thing, but with X. So minus 10%. If you want to calculate or if you want to subtract 10% of whatever city-wise 2010 population value, you need to get that population value times. Now, this is a tricky part. We don't do any 1.1 anymore or 0.1. We're not trying to see what the 10% is, or we're not trying to add that 10%. We're trying to subtract that 10%. So we're going to multiply this 2010 city-wide value by 0.9 because that subtracts the 10% already. So we just need to know that remaining 90%. So that's going to be 0.9. And yeah, so that's going to be 144,000. So X is going to be 144,000 divided by 0.9. And that is going to be 160,000. And C is going to be your answer. Thank you.